Jackson is the man here at Systemax. And you guys were involved with the Web.com tour. Tell me about that.
Yeah, we helped with graphic design work, and so the main program that told all the events and gave everybody like the advertising credits and things like that. We designed, we put it together, had it produced. I mean, it's a fun project to work on, and we hope to help come up with some concepts to draw people in next year. I think they've got the commitment to come back. And it's a fun time. It's a lot of fun. I think the challenge that they have is that the players turn over every year.
Yeah,
the guy
that's true. Yeah.
We played with in the Pro-Am, he just got his tour card, so he won't be back next year, which he was a lot of fun to play with, and it was a lot of fun to follow him around. So we're hoping to come up with some ideas to draw people in and make it an event.
Okay, somebody has a business and they want to contact you and say, I've got X amount of dollars for advertise. What can I do? Can you do that for them?
Yeah.
That's what you do.
That's what we do. That's one of the pieces that we do.
One of the pieces of the many things you do. So you gauge them and gauge or probably ask them what audience they're after, right?
There's a lot of questions, and we really need to go all the way back to, like, why are you in business? What are you trying to do? What are you trying to accomplish? Who are you trying to serve? And the smaller the budget they have, the more precise we have to be, and the more targeted and specific, so that every single dollar counts. If you have a $4 million marketing budget, which we're not working with anybody who does, then you can kind of spray it a little bit wider. But most of the people who we're working with, they've got a very tight budget, and so we've got to be just deadly precise with where that message goes to, so that we can actually generate results for them. And that's, a lot of people think of marketing, it's like this hocus pocus thing, but we want to show people trackable and measurable results so that we actually move the needle for those businesses.
So if somebody comes in and says, gee, I think I ought to be on a radio show, or I ought to have billboards, or I need newspapers, or I need direct mail, you will help them make that decision and place them in the right direction.
We do, and that's one of the things that we pride ourselves on, is that we're not stuck on one specific medium. We want to do the thing that is the best for that customer. And we were just talking earlier that we've got a customer that we're working with that radio is a really good option for them. And to your question earlier, why would we be here? Why would we do this? Are we competitors? We're actually a feeder of business for you guys, because we work with those customers. We understand who is the proper customer and develop a persona for them, which is basically like, what are their habits? What do they do? When they're in the car, are they listening to radio? Is it country? Is it sports?
Sure.
And when that is the ideal client to pursue, then why wouldn't you put them in radio? If it just depends on the individual person. So we make those recommendations, and we help them make that media buy. We help them come up with the content that goes on that radio spot or TV or whatever it may be, and take it start to finish.
If I walked in your warehouse back behind here, how many square feet, and what's in there right now?
12,000 square feet, and there's anything from stuffed animals that HSHS uses when first responders go out to maybe a domestic dispute situation, to help kind of make the kids feel a little bit more comforted in that situation, to envelopes, business cards, hats and apparel, Brandt's sales collateral, their marketing pieces, their brochures, all the way down to batteries. If people need them if people need items to operate their business, that's what we want to put back there. We can buy them in bigger quantities, drive down the cost, and then distribute it out to their individual locations. And when they need batteries, and they need brochures, and they need water bottles, and maybe some checks and folders, we put them all in one box, save them on shipping costs. But because we're making bigger buys and we've got more space to store this, we can drastically reduce people's costs.